It's our Halloween edition of Play to Win, and it's cocktail party weekend on the fastest 30 minutes in football.
Today's show is being brought to you by the Southeast Nissan dealers, Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, and Volvo Cars of Marietta. Welcome to football's Play to Win with Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Fantasy Football League Master Adam Brown, Game Analysis with Nikki Williams, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Ed Schechter, Medical and Injury Update with Dr. Andrew Lalage, and your host, Atlanta sports legend Bob Neal. Today's SEC College Report is being brought to you by the Southeast Nissan dealers. Choose Nissan.com.
Happy Halloween. I don't know if you noticed that it's Halloween on our set. I mean, we got pumpkins, we got skeletons, we got pumpkins. We got pumpkins, and we have a pumpkin, a blonde pumpkin in the middle, which is probably the highlight of our show. So we welcome you to Halloween weekend. We got a lot going on, particularly down in Jacksonville. It's the weekend of the big world's largest outdoor cocktail party, Georgia, Florida. We thought you might be interested in hearing what Kirby Smart has to say about it.
I think when you get recruited to go to Georgia and Florida, that's a game that you always point to and you want to play in. I know historically I was that way as a player, but I know our players are that way. It's considered to them one of the biggest games we have each year.
Okay, carefully spoken words from a head coach, as aren't they all? Yep. So I'm going to go to Bob Whitfield to tell us, by the way, somebody's tapping you on the shoulder there. That means it's your turn to talk. What should the Dog fans expect?
Well, Bob, what they should expect is a tough matchup. Their offensive tackle, Pike, said it's a cage match. So they should be going down there and having a tough matchup against a quarterback coming off injury, Luke Del Rio. So Jacksonville is going to be a tough game. Mel Tucker, the defensive coordinator, spent some time down there. So they should be able to handle it. But I don't know so far for these Dogs.
Yeah, let's talk about Florida a little bit. Right. They've been untested so far, so I don't know what to expect from Florida.
Yeah, and they've been a little unproven, so to speak, Bob. But I tell you, in their unprovenness, they prove to me that when they get rattled, they break down. That's what happened in the Tennessee game. Tennessee was down, getting blown out. Tennessee made a couple big throws downfield. The Florida vaunted secondary wilted in their tracks. So I think Georgia has an opportunity, but it's going to come through the air.
By the way, can we still call it the cocktail party?
I'm still going to call it the cocktail party. What are they thinking with this River City show? I hope they're not planning on selling any of these t-shirts. Was there an image issue? Were they having a hard time selling tickets? If it ain't broke, drink it. Let me tell you, they don't even sell alcohol in the stands unless you're in a luxury box. Your $5,000 season tickets they're not enough to make you a responsible adult, I guess. But this is crazy to me. People on Twitter, that sounds like a men's softball match.
How dry I am.
Let's take a look at the SEC schedule of games coming up this week in Kentucky, Missouri. And there's the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. There, I said it. I'm going to continue saying it. Let's talk Auburn Ole Miss. And Jeffrey, what do you think about it?
Well, everybody thought Malzahn was crazy at the beginning of the year experimenting. Well, what he did was he turned that experiment into a monster. Auburn's a very dangerous team, and Mississippi's kind of going backwards. And I'll pick this game in the lightning round.
Exactly. Can't wait to hear which way you're going to go on that one.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by the Georgia Lottery, where every jackpot is a good jackpot.
All right, it's that time of the year where the games are starting to become very significant. Of course, being a Wolverine, Michigan man, I'm looking at that game in East Lansing. Tough place for Michigan to win.
Upset alert.
Upset alert. All right, I like it. All right, keep saying it. You're talking about Michigan winning, right?
That's right. No, I'm talking about Michigan State.
No way.
I just can't do it.
No way.
All right,
No
I'm
way.
going. I'm with that guy because that's what I want to hear.
Pick's been lately.
All right, how about Clemson and FSU? My question about that is for Bob Whitfield. How about Deshaun Watson?
There won't be any skeletons in the closet this week, Bob. Deshaun Watson is lighting up the ACC. If you watch him, he has 20 touchdowns, which leads the ACC, 63% completion rate, but he's going against a pair of corners from FSU that are pretty stout, and one of them is leading the college football with 5 interceptions, and that's DeForest McFadden. So look for tough job for Deshaun Watson to stay undefeated.
All right, let's talk about Jeffrey's pick. What do you think?
Clemson's been living a little dangerous lately. Very lucky to beat NC State. I think they're going to have a very hard time with Florida State. Take the 4.5 points at Florida State.
Florida State's the underdog at home for the first time since 2011.
Home underdogs.
Home dogs.
Yeah,
It's going to be a big number.
That's good. All right, it's time for Ippolito's.
No dog's like a home dog.
Be the expert. This season, be sure to visit our website, playingtowin.tv, and take a shot to be #1 by picking this week's college and NFL winners against the spread. We'll be giving away Ippolito's $100 and $50 gift certificates to each week's first and second place winners. So make sure you come back early and often. Prove your football IQ by being the best at predicting college and NFL games. In a moment, NFL superlatives. Who is the most improved team?
Change has never been more powerful. It's Nissan's Year of the Truck and SUV event, featuring the all-new Armada and Pathfinder, and the all-new Titan and Titan XD, with America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Take on any job. Get to Nissan now for big savings, like 0% for up to 72 months on 11 models, or save up to $7,000 on the 2016 Titan XD.
None shall stand against King Aragorn, ruler of the 12 realms!
The throne will not be yours anymore.
And who will take it from me?
It will be taken by fire.
This goat is not a myth. He cooks my meat!
Your hooves will lead your people.
Never.
Your goat is no dragon.
Your dragon is no goat.
Be the king of your castle. Win up to $100,000 300 times a day playing Keno.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured in an accident, don't drop the ball by letting the insurance company run all over you. I worked as an insurance lawyer for 10 years and I know their tactics and game plan. I'm Roger Orlando of the Orlando firm. Let our 30 years of experience tackle the insurance company for you. Our team will get you every dollar you deserve. So put the ball in our hands and we'll get your case across the goal line. Find us online at atlanta.law or call 678-LAW-FIRM.
Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me leading wherever I choose. The east and the west are mine. The north and the south are mine. All seems beautiful to me.
Lease the all-new 2017 Volvo S90 for only $499 per month at Volvo Cars of Marietta.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Always the best deal, always.
We'll let the officials, decide, how they're going to call it. That's their training, their expertise. That's kind of out of our control, what they may or may not call. What I can tell you is we're going to attack. And if they call a foul, they do. And if they don't, we're going to line up the next play and let it rip again.
All right, let's talk Falcons, Packers,
like
and
that.
Yeah, I do too.
I like that attitude.
I like the attitude.
I love
it filters down, does it not? Let's talk quarterbacks here. Two good ones in this. And first of all, Matt Ryan, Chuck Smith.
Well, I think Matt Ryan is doing what he was expected to do when he was selected by the Falcons, and that's carry this offense. He's the leader. Right now he's the architect. He's got a Kyle Shanahan, the offensive coordinator, dialing up the right plays. He's got a running game. I just think he needs the defense to be able to close games and it even make him more effective.
It's going to be a fun game to watch because I like Aaron Rodgers too.
Well, definitely, Aaron Rodgers has been on a trick-or-treat bunch thing. He's been saying how good the Falcons are. Oh, he's gushing over the Falcons' defense. He's gushing over the Falcons' young guys. They're playing good. Keanu Neal, the secondary, the cornerbacks. And when a quarterback gushes that much of how good the team is, he's tricking them because he's going to treat all us Falcons fans to a good game. Aaron Rodgers blew up the Falcons last year, so let's see what he can do this year.
All right, we've got our 680 The Fan report now. Carlos Medina gives us his thoughts on the Atlanta Falcons.
The Atlanta Falcons find themselves in a critical part of their season after back-to-back losses. What once was a comfortable lead in the NFC South now has the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3-3, right behind the Atlanta Falcons, and they currently do own the tiebreaker. Let's start with what's going to happen over a 5-day period. The Atlanta Falcons will host the Green Bay Packers in the Georgia Dome, then have to travel on the road for Thursday Night Football to Tampa. So a very important part of this season over the next several days. Now, here's the thing about the Green Bay Packers to know. They're playing some of their worst offensive football in the better part of a decade. Averaging just 23 points per game, they are injured all over their team. Their backfield currently in shambles. They're using Ty Montgomery, a wide receiver, as a running back. And right now, their receivers simply can't gain enough separation to give Aaron Rodgers the easier throws he's used to. What does this mean for the Atlanta Falcons? Well, because of the play of their defense, the Atlanta Falcons have to focus on scoring points once again. 30 is always going to be the number moving forward. If they can get to 30, they can always win the ball game, including this one in the Dome. Back to you, Bob.
All right, thank you.
Well said.
And it leads me to the question, can they get to 30? What's your pick in the game?
My problem in Atlanta is they gave up 26 points to Seattle 2 weeks ago. Did you watch Seattle play Arizona last week? They don't even have an offense. He went for 4th and 1 last week in overtime because he doesn't trust his defense. I like Green Bay with the 3.
Okay, we're week 8, halfway through the season. Time for some NFL superlatives. And let's start with you, Bob Whitfield, on the most improved team, you and your skeleton.
Well, Bob, it has to be what Jack Del Rio's doing up in Oakland. He has the quarterback Derek Carr playing amazing. They're 5-2, and they got a big matchup against the NFC South opponent, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who has beaten the Falcons early on in the year. So if Jack can pull that out, you can see a great team from Oakland.
All right, what coach has the most dependable team?
Well, I'll say that Bill Belichick in New England. I mean, they're the most dependable. He's got the most dependable quarterback. He's got the most dependable defense. He's got it all. He's got the rings to prove it. So, I mean, this is a team that speaks for itself. I mean, we're in the midst of a dynasty right now, and it's led by Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
How about you were talking superlatives, Nikki?
I got a good one. Breakout star. Miami running back Jay Ajayi. I don't know when the lights went on for this guy. I don't know if they're going to stay on, but right now he's the 4th player in NFL history to rush for more than 200 yards in back-to-back games, so he's got something special.
Man, the 4th ever. That's big.
That is big.
You think of the Walter Paytons, and I could name a whole bunch of others. Of course. Jeffrey, best all around.
Best all-around team is New England. I mean, they're just the best. But coming up the rear, the Dallas Cowboys. They're looking great, and don't put Tony Romo in there when he comes back. Sit him down, get him comfortable, let him cheer, even give him a cheerleader outfit. Dallas is looking good.
Always points to Nikki. Always points to Nikki. It's not. He doesn't point to our.
I'm retired.
Okay. Here's the question: will Jacob Eason be the Gators' main course? We'll see in a minute.
It's Landmark's Ram Power Days Plus. We're giving you more than anyone, 500 Rams, 500 powerful deals. Plus, we're the exclusive home of the Upside Down Tent event and Georgia's #1 Ram dealer. We have the most, we sell the most, so you save the most. Because we do deals the other guys just won't. Hurry to Landmark's Ram Power Days Plus.
Nobody beats Landmark. Nobody.
Wake up on the first day of winter and find out your heater doesn't work? We can fix that. I'm Tommy Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We'll make sure your system is running at peak efficiency with our winter safety inspection. Don't wait till it's too late. Go to estesair.com today.
At Longhorn, tonight's special, great steak pairings. A center cut sirloin with a choice of bacon-wrapped shrimp, baby back ribs, or Parmesan-crusted chicken. You can't fake steak. Longhorn Steakhouse.
Change has never been more powerful. We're rolling out our capable new lineup during Nissan's Year of the Truck and SUV event. The all-new Armada and Pathfinder, plus the award-winning Murano and our best-selling Rogue with intuitive all-wheel drive. Take on any terrain. Get to Nissan now for big savings, like 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models, or save up to $1,500 on Rogue.
Is your heater blowing cold air? We can fix that. I'm Brian Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We've been installing and repairing heating systems in Atlanta since 1949. The best time to schedule that annual tune-up is now, so go to estesair.com today.
Today's Hometown Team Report is brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, a higher order of pizza for your tailgating events.
All right, let's talk about the Gator defense, along with the 5 of us and our friend Clarice there, the skeleton. Looking at the defense that chomps the Gator defense through 7 games. As you see, they lead in every category. And I want to talk a little about Jacob Eason, the man they'll be playing against. And, of course, that is for you to tell us.
Well, the first thing Jacob Eason has to do is not worry about what Florida's numbers say. But what he's got to do is go in there with confidence, and he has to have balance. Georgia has to give balance to the young quarterback. They got to run the ball with Nick Chubb, and they got to be able to throw the ball over the top and do some of the things like Tennessee did. Tennessee took advantage of the Gator secondary. So I think Georgia, they have to have balance because Jacob Eason can't win the game by himself.
All right, let's talk about Luke Del Rio and how they're going to handle him.
Kirby Smart said he's got a plan. He said the only way to affect this guy is to bat the balls, change up the coverage. He said there's no way you can affect Del Rio just by hitting him. He's a tough kid.
Jeffrey, who are you picking?
Tough game to pick. I'll let this guy pick it. He says give the 7.5 with the Gators.
No kidding. Well, you got to treat him right if he's got the good numbers. All right, there you go. Give the 7.5. And now, by the way, because you've done so well, we all have an answer. We're going to welcome Rebecca from Mellow Mushroom, who brings the pizzas. So you notice I get a pizza on myself.
Yes.
Bob Whitfield gets a pizza on himself. We took a vote, Bob and I did, before the show started, and decided that we should be the ones who'll handle the pizzas. Rebecca, thank you so much for that.
I'm trying to look like
Mellow
Clarice. I can't eat
Mushroom
that.
pizzas. We'll be going to them after the show.
This week's Keys to Success is brought to you by Volvo Cars of Marietta, where you can always expect the best.
All right, Duke comes to Georgia Tech, and my question for you, Bob Whitfield, is what will be the keys for Georgia Tech in a victory?
Well, Georgia Tech can be out there like it's a funeral, and it might be for Paul Johnson.
Whoa.
If Georgia Tech doesn't get that running game going with an offensive line unit that is improving with some freshmen, they got to get that offensive line rolling in the pass, in the run, or they will be burying their head coach.
There you go. So thus, he's gone the burial thing this show because of the thing behind him there, the skeleton, as you know. Okay, Jeffrey, we want to know what your pick is. You got your own skeleton down there.
Yeah, that skeleton's in my closet, too.
I'm sure of that.
That's why I'm not running for president. But Duke has always given Tech a hard time. These coaches really don't like each other. I like Duke with the points. Take the 6. Right? Right.
Duke with the
They don't like
points,
each other.
take the 6, all right. Fantasy, Jameis Winston trending up or down, and that's what we'll have when we come back on Football's Play to Win.
You never know when the moment will strike, and when it does, you want to be ready. Mellow Mushroom's craft pizza, beer, and cocktails can help you enjoy a more satisfying eating experience. Mellow Mushroom is safe for daily use. If you find yourself sitting in a Mellow Mushroom for more than 4 hours, you may want to go home and come back another day. Mellow Mushroom is not for everyone. Just kidding, it is. Ask your doctor about Mellow Mushroom. He may want to come with you.
Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me leading wherever I choose. The east and the west are mine. The north and the south are mine. All seems beautiful to me.
Lease the all-new 2017 Volvo S90 for only $499 per month at Volvo Cars of Marietta.
Today's Fantasy Report is being brought to you by SD Services, serving all of Atlanta since 1949.
All right, Adam Brown with the Fantasy Report. Some big names on your list today.
Big names. We'll start with Aaron Rodgers this week. Aaron Rodgers playing the Atlanta Falcons tomorrow. He has no running backs to hand the ball off to. Niall Davis, not a big deal. Ty Montgomery, Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson should benefit from this. He'll throw the ball 50 times, have over 300 yards. Like him a lot. Now, Spencer Ware. Indy, who they're playing this week, has given up 4 straight 100-yard rushing games. Look for Spencer Ware to be a big player this week and have a nice day. And then bottom of the list, LeGarrette Blount. You know, he has 6 touchdowns in 7 games so far this season. Yeah. And with Brady back, he scored 4 touchdowns. Look for him to have another nice day this week.
So a significant difference when Brady's in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Brady makes a world of difference.
Absolutely. And let's take a look at the must-starts.
The must-starts at wide receiver, Ty Montgomery. He has back-to-back 10-reception games. Now, they might not be for chunks of yards, but he's catching the ball in PPR leagues. Huge. I like him a lot. And then A.J. Green and T.Y. Hilton. They're having nice seasons. They have great matchups this week. Look for them to have nice days as well. And then I have a prediction for the tight ends. Neither of them have big, great matchups. But Gary Barnidge, no matter what quarterback's throwing to him, he'll have 6 catches, 75 yards and a touchdown this week because they're going to have to dump the ball short to him.
All right, how about a sleeper?
The sleeper, NFC South, Jameis Winston.
Wow, so it's unusual to call him a sleeper.
Yeah, unusual to call him a sleeper. But they're playing the Raiders. They've given up 13 touchdown passes so far this season, ranked 26th versus the pass. And Jameis Winston has developed a really awesome rapport with Mike Evans. So look for them to hook up early and often this week and have big days.
He's drooling thinking about the matchups, no question about it.
Yes.
Thanks, Adam, and we'll be back in just a moment with Tony Romo. Is he ready? Stay with us on Football's Play to Win.
Good luck, everyone.
Today's show is being brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse and the Georgia Lottery.
Is your heater blowing cold air? I'm Tommy Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We've been installing and repairing heating systems in Atlanta since 1949. The best time to schedule that annual tune-up is now. So go to estesair.com today.
Announcing Landmark's Gotta Go Jeep Celebration Event. We're jammed with Jeeps and they gotta go. And we price them to make it happen. Only at Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat, the area's fastest growing Jeep dealership. How? Because we do deals the other guys just won't. 455 Jeeps. 455 Jeep Celebration Event deals.
Nobody beats Landmark. Nobody.
None shall stand against King Aragorn, ruler of the 12 realms!
The throne will not be yours anymore.
And who will take it from me?
It will be taken by fire.
This goat is not a myth. He cooks my meat!
Your hooves will lead your people.
Never.
Your goat is no dragon.
Your dragon is no goat.
Be the king of your castle. Win up to $100,000 300 times a day playing Keno.
Wake up on the first day of winter and find out your heater is not working? We can fix that. I'm Brian Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We'll make sure your system is running at peak efficiency with our winter inspection. Don't wait till it's too late. Go to estesair.com today.
At Longhorn, tonight's special, great steak pairings. A center cut sirloin with a choice of bacon wrapped shrimp, baby back ribs, or Parmesan crusted chicken. You can't fake steak. Longhorn Steakhouse.
Today's player injury and medical report is being brought to you by the Orlando Law Firm. Put a former insurance lawyer in your corner.
Time for the Player Medical Report with Dr. A.
Yep.
I noticed some significantly popular names on your list today.
Lots of money on this payroll here, and there's a lot of chatter. So let's start with Dion Lewis. Tore his ACL last year, starting to practice again, but fantasy implications. Do not worry about him for at least 4 weeks.
Yeah, a lot of people wondering, when does Tony Romo come back?
Well, spinal fracture still is going to take about another month to heal. He's starting to throw a little bit, but no contact. Look at his below average and high risk. No way.
Spinal fracture, I'm out for like 5 years.
That's right. Yeah, he
These
can't come
guys
back.
a month or so. Okay, Des Bryant.
Yeah, so Des Bryant, stress fracture in his knee. Of the tibia, and again, those things take a long time to heal. Still at high risk, below average. Don't expect him to be back for at least another month.
Fractured scapula.
To everyone out there, scapula is a shoulder blade. It is not a shoulder fracture, but it's a very difficult fracture to heal. And
Same here.
Yes, exactly. And it's a very difficult fracture to heal. Let's talk about Dante McCreef. Elevated injury risk, below average, 52%. He actually has the scapular fracture that you were talking about, very difficult to heal. And, unfortunately, he's not going to be back for at least 3 to 4 weeks.
How about Ladarius Green?
Let's talk about something positive,
Yeah.
right? So look at our numbers on him. 80% he's at peak health. Mike Tomlin is going to take him very cautiously. His coach is not Rex Ryan, so he's not going to just be thrown out there. So if he does start, though, I would make him your number 1 tight end this week.
All right, I hope you took notes so you'll know who to play and who not to play. Dr. A knows what he's saying, and we hope you'll take note of it. We'll be back in just a moment with more Football's Play to Win.
In football, as in the legal system, it helps to know your opponent. I'm Roger Orlando, and I used to work for the insurance companies. I've seen their playbook, and I know their game plan. If you've been hurt in an auto accident, call me at 678-LAW FIRM.
Change has never been more powerful. We're rolling out our capable new lineup during Nissan's Year of the Truck and SUV event. The all-new Armada and Pathfinder, plus the award-winning Murano and our best-selling Rogue with intuitive all-wheel drive. Take on any terrain. Get to Nissan now for big savings, like 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models, or save up to $1,500 on Rogue.
Do you suffer from irritability, boredom, and chronic cravings? Mellow Mushroom's craft pizza, beer, and cocktails are clinically proven to improve your mood and leave you with a full belly. Mellow Mushroom is fast-acting, giving you relief when you need it the most. Side effects of Mellow Mushroom may include salivation, euphoria, and an insatiable craving for more Mellow Mushroom. Ask your doctor about Mellow Mushroom. She may want to come with you.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident, don't get blindsided by the insurance company. I'm Roger Orlando, and I built a winning team to run interference against the insurance companies and get your case across the goal line. Call me at 678-LAW-FIRM.
Today's lightning round is brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse, now featuring great American steak dinner. Longhorn Steakhouse, you can't fake steak.
I just realized I'm not the ugliest guy on the set because we have this guy here at the thing, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. It's time for our picks. We're going to Jeffrey's course.
Missouri shouldn't be favored over anybody. Take the 4.5 points with Kentucky. As I said before, Auburn is coming on. They're going opposite direction, these two teams. Give the 4.5 at Auburn. Washington State's going to score a lot of points against Oregon State. Give the 13 there. So I gave you a late game in the college, and I give you a 9:30 game in the pros. Do this game tonight. Take Washington with the 3 against Cincy. Cincy's terrible. Into the garbage. I'm taking Cleveland +3 against the Jets, and I like Oakland with the 1 against Tampa.
All right, how about final thoughts? Start with you, Bob Whitfield.
Well, there's ghouls and goblins in the Pac-12 because what we thought was going to happen is not happening. No Christian McCaffrey, no Stanford leading it to the promised land. So we're stuck with Washington at number 4 against a good Utah team. And Chuck, you like Washington?
Washington's been building for years now.
So I don't know. I like Stanford when they were winning, but we're with Washington.
Okay, final thoughts, Nikki?
I think if the Dogs want to turn this season around, they had better start doing it now. Florida is one of 5 manageable games that they have left this season. We got to see the Jacob Eason from Missouri, not the Jacob Eason from South Carolina.
Oh, I like that. Manageable game. How about your final thoughts?
Bob, I'm going to talk about Dan Quinn and the decision, the controversial 4th and 1. The bottom line is last year they were saying you were soft and complacent. Now he's coming out and he's being aggressive and being confident. Yeah. I like what Dan Quinn did. Falcon fans, stop hating, man. Dan Quinn made a great decision at the time. Guess what? You got the number 1 offense in the game. I wouldn't have believed in that defense either. I would have went for it.
There you go. Okay, listen to the man here. He knows whereof he speaks. We hope you enjoyed the show today. Of course, we'll be back at 9 o'clock every Saturday morning on Channel 5 for Football's Play to Win. This guy won't be here next week.
Today's show has been brought to you by the Orlando Law Firm, SD Services, and Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.